So, hello friends, welcome to this wonderful, amazing course. Once again, using the template emoji head, that is the Rookman's facial cartooning template. I just want to show you something really good right now on how you can actually make a quick animation from this template. Well, you don't have to actually convert it to your face or somebody else's. You might just want to use it and animate and pass a message real quick. So I just want to show you how you could do that real quick and really fast, that you get your message out there in time, then you keep creating more content. So this is how. When you have your template like this, and you just have to choose from whichever one you want. So I'm thinking we should go with the female because I've been using the male to experiment for a while now. So I'll be using the female character. So I'll just turn off the male character and I'll go into the female character. Then I would come to my transform layer tool here. Since we are dealing with the folder here, we have our transform layer tool here. If you've gone through the course, you would know all these things already. So I'll drag this to the center so that I could see it properly and scale that a bit up. All right. So the first thing you do is you don't want to mess with your template. You just want to have, you still want to have this template. You don't have to go back and download it again, etc. So what you do, you save it as, you save as, I don't know what you call it, but maybe you just call it whatever thing you want to call it. Maybe Sheila. I don't know. So with that being saved, you make sure you save it in a place where you know you are comfortable with. And when you've done that already, so the first thing you'll do is the templates just have everything placed the way they are. It's not set for animation. So if you've gone through the course where I taught how to create a cartoon of your face, you will see how I created all the layers and place them in the right places where you can start creating an animation out of them. So the first thing you do is that you have to folder the face, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and so that you can create your animation out of it. Okay, so now first thing, you have to convert this layer into a bone layer. All right, so you left click, convert to bone layer. All right, then you have your bone layer set there. So within this layer you have the hair. You can see this is quite nice. And the next thing to do here is that you have your hair, your face. One of the major part is the eyes and the mouth that you'll be animating most of the time. So we have to go into the eyes now and animate it properly. So we'll create, now if you notice, we have the eyes separate. All right, usually you can just do it separately like this, but I usually like both eyes to be in the same folder so that when I create a bone, it all works together. All right, so what I will do here is I'll turn off one of the eyes, then I'll go into the left eye, then I'll go into the main eye itself. I'll Control A to copy all, Control C and Control V. Then I'll come here, then I'll flip it to the other side and I'll drag it holding shift. All right, then I'll come to the eye shade also, Control A, Control C, then I'll flip it, then I'll hold shift, then I'll drag it. Oh, it did not copy. Control Z to undo that. So I'll Control C and Control V, then I'll hold shift, then I'll drag it to this other side. Then I'll go to the eyeball and I'll do the same thing, Control A, Control C, Control V, then I'll hold shift, then I'll drag it here. So you can see we just created the right eye for it. So I'll drag this to the top and I'll adjust the eyes accordingly. All right, so while I adjust the eyes, the next thing for me to do here is, see, now you can see there's a space here, so let's make this one to the same. Let's go to the shades. So we're using our draw tools. Let me make it like this. So okay, so we'll have approximately the same thing. The eyes is, this one is a little bit lower than this. Well, not like it matters so much, but let's just adjust that accordingly. And we'll shift the eye shades down a bit here, and we'll shift the eyeballs here. All right, so we'll have like the same. So when you look at this, you will notice that the eyeballs, this is how the layer is arranged. The main eye is at the bottom, the eye shades, then before the eyeball is at the top, so that when we mask it out, the eyeballs can move within the layer, so it looks as if the eyes is properly, aligned. So let's just max it out. So I'll have to just call this eye. I won't call it left eye anymore. I'll just delete that. All right. So I hit this drop down, the arrow there. Then I highlighted and I deleted. Then I just click out of it. Then the box goes away. All right. So now I'll double click here and I'll go to masking. I'll hide all. Then I'll apply and I'll click OK. So if you notice now the eye shade has disappeared. So I'll have to come to the eye shade, go to masking. I'll say don't mask this layer. I'll apply and I'll click OK. All right. So if we test out the eyes now, you will see. Let's use the layer. I'll have to use my origin tool. I'll put it in the center so that we'll have the box properly aligned. Then I'll pick my transform layer tool. Then if I shift this now, you can see that the eyes are moving accordingly up, down. So you see it hides itself because it's maxed out. Okay, that is one quick way we've done that. Now we'll have the eyes done. Then now we'll go to the mouth. Since we just have the mouth, if you notice, the mouth is not properly set for animation. You can see there's nothing in it. All right. And if this is the mouth we want to use for the whole animation, or we can go ahead and choose whichever other mouth, because we have like 3 mouths here, and this is the main mouth. So I think I'll choose this one, the last mouth here. I'll turn all those other ones off. So what I'll do is that, how to create the mouth. All right. Now we have the lips already. We have the lips set here already. The next thing you will do here is you have to create the back of the mouth and the teeth. So we're doing everything in just this same mouth layer. All right. So we'll come here and create the back of the mouth by clicking shapes and taking a circle. I'll just draw a circle here. All right. Let me drag this down here. Then I'll reduce the width by using our curvature tool. I'll reduce the width. Then I'll just add more points by using my add point tool. Sorry, I'm moving a bit fast. All right. Then I'll highlight it. Go to my styles. Then I'll change it to black or gray, whichever you feel it's okay. Then the next thing, I'll still go to my shapes and I'll take my rectangle shape. I'll highlight that. I'll make it white. The best thing for me here is just to remove the stroke totally. So I uncheck the stroke box and I highlight. Then I Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy and replace. So we have our teeth. All right. Now, if you notice something, the box is just the box. If the mouth opens and closes, we may have to adjust in certain different ways. So what I will do here is I'll have to add more points to the teeth so that we can adjust the teeth while the mouth opens also. It doesn't look too stiff. So I'll delete that. And I'll quickly add points here. Just 1 or 2, it's okay. All right. So then I'll highlight it again, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then I bring it down once more. All right. So what we've done here, we've created a mouth and teeth. And you can also add a tongue if you want. I usually add my tongue with a circle. Or let's just add it. Let me don't confuse you. So I just draw another circle and I make it red or pink or whatever color you like your tongue to be, and I'll just drag it there. That's all. basically. So for the tongue also, you could just add a few points to it. So in case you may have to Ctrl Z to undo that. And we're done. All right. So the tongue needs to be behind the tooth. So I'll Ctrl X, Ctrl V. So I highlighted the tooth, and both tooths. Then when I Ctrl X, Ctrl V, it brings them to the front and pushes the tongue to the back. And if you go through the course, you will see I taught different ways on how you can do this. All right. So in order to save time here, I will come to the mouth now, and I will just Ctrl X to bring the mouth to the front of everything. Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Now you see the mouth is in the front. All right. So all I'll do is highlight. I'll hold Shift, highlight the tongue, the back of the mouth, and the tooth. Then I'll scale it down. Then I'll just drag it within. And that's all. Our mouth is set already. So basically the whole thing plus my talking and stuff was done in like 11 minutes. So that is how fast you can, create, prepare your template for animation when you've already drawn the whole head and stuff like that. So right now what's left is for us to add bones and prepare it for proper animation. So the first thing you do, since you already have it in a bone layer, you scroll up, you go to bone, you go to this edit female layer, and you come to add bone. You go to the eyes because we'll be adding bones to the eyes first. Then you click and drag vertically. Ctrl Z, that's a pin bone, it's not supposed to be there. Okay, we only want this type of bone, not the pin type of bone. And we'll scale it down. Sorry, I said scale. We'll remove the bone strength. This is the bone strength, you see this here. So we'll remove the bone strength, all right? Just for those who might not know about that. So we'll come to the bone constraint here. I like to leave it at 70-70. I mistakenly deleted that minus. All right. So then you close. All right. So we'll have this so that we can control the movement of the bone. All right. So we'll have to name the bone real quick. Okay. Then we'll call this eyes. Let's just call it eyes. All right. Eyes left and right. LFT RT. All right. Then we'll click enter. So now we'll go to our action. Then we'll hit our action to add new action. We'll hit this icon here. Then you see the name of the bone. Then as it comes up here, you click OK. All right. Then we'll move a couple of frames forward, maybe 72 or 48. Then we drag the bone to the left or to the right, wherever you want the eyeballs to move. Okay. Then once you've dragged that, since we are still in the action, if you notice here it's light blue, it tells you that you're in the action. And we'll come down to the eyes and we'll go to the eyeballs. All we just have to do is highlight all. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay. We'll highlight all of them, then hold Shift and drag it to this side. All right. Then we'll go back to our main line, double click on the main line, then go back to our main layer, and that's it. So when we drag it like this, she's looking to the right. All right. So we'll go back to the eyes again and add another action. You now see it eyes left, right, 2. Now you could see this here. Then we'll do the same thing for the left. Then we'll drag this to the left using this transform bone tool here. We'll drag it to the left. Then we'll go to the eyeballs now. Since the eyeballs are both highlighted, all we have to do is drag it to the left. All right. Then we'll double click on our main line. Then we'll go back to our main folder, and this is what we have. You could see we've already quickly animated the head template without wasting much time. Then we'll now have to add the eye up and down and blink using the same method. All right, so I'll just do this real quick, real quick. All right, so I'll just name this eye up and down. So I taught the same thing in the course, so this is more like a reminder. So why I'm doing this is I want you to be able to quickly create this without using the template, without recreating your own face or somebody else's. So you should just know how fast you can create it. All right. Then I'll go to the eyeballs now. Hold Shift and drag it up. Double click on my main line, go back to my main folder, add the eyes again. Okay. Then go to my eye, move a frame forward, go to the eyeballs, come to my move tool, drag it down, and we're done. Double click on my main line, go back to my main folder, then I come back here using my manipulate bone tool, then I try to test it out. It's not working. Why? Because from my from the main, the bone was not adjusted properly at this end. So all I have to do is just, while I double click here on the action, I move forward, then I drag it up, then I double click on the next action, then I move forward, then I drag it down. So the mistake I did was I did not drag both bones, or I did not add a keyframe in the action for the bone for the main layer. I only added to the eyeballs. You could see I only added to the eyeballs here. So it could happen when you're trying to rush the animation. So I double click and I go out and I come back here, I drag it up and I drag it down. We have everything working perfectly well. Isn't this amazing? So now you see your character is so ready for animation. So what's left now is to blink the eyes. All right, so we'll now add another bone again, doing the same thing. You add a bone here, then we'll call that bone blink. Okay, then we'll add our bone constraint quickly. You close that, then you come here, add an action. Now, so we don't make the same mistake we did the other time, I will shift here while still on this folder. I'll make sure that I move a couple of frames forward, then before going into the eyes. So to blink the eyes now is quite simple. Since everything is maxed out, all I just need to do is just drag the main eyes down like this, and we have the eyes blinking. I don't have enough points here to play around with, but we could assume that this is just a blink for her. But when an eyes blink, I call it the eye shade, or how these ladies call it, it needs to come down also to cover the eyes, because that's the part you see when she blinks. So I will now I have this pointing down like this. So what I'll do is that I'll have to make the edges not as sharp as this. So to do that, I'll Control M. I'll highlight that point, Control M. Or I'll go to draw and smoothen it out. Okay, you see? So I'll go to draw again and smoothen it out. Okay, you see? So I will now have to drag this a bit down like this. Drag this a bit down like this. So I just noticed that this part is not fully arranged for proper blinking purposes. All right, so what I can do here is I'll come to this tool here, this curvature tool. You could see it. I'll click it. So I now have these points coming out here. So I can click on it and drag it to make sure that it covers properly. All right, using the curvature tool. Okay, so I now have this. So when I drag this to test it out, it opens. All right, so we have that. Great. Then I'll go back to the action, go back to my main line. Then I'll go back to my main folder, and we're done. So we quickly test that out. Remember to drop down the bone strength here. I drop down the bone strength there. Then if I drag this, so why am I having this? This is really good. All right, now I'm having this because this is now a parent to this bone, all right, which is not supposed to be. Okay, this needs to be a bone on its own. So how do you solve this problem if you are in a situation like this? So I'm loving this course right now. What you will do is you come here to this reparent bone. Now you could see when you click that, you could see that it's a parent to this bone, which is not supposed to be. Before I draw this bone, I was supposed to make sure that none of these bones were highlighted. Okay, so now to solve it, all I have to do is click on this reparent bone and just click outside of it. So I deparent it. You know, I deparent this bone from this bone. So now this bone is now independent. The blink bone is independent of it. So when I do this, you could see it's no more moving at the same point as it. So I'll go back to my blink. Then I'll move some frame forward, then I'll drag it to the left, which is the same as where I did the blink, which is 48, 48. All right. Then I go back to my main folder, my main layer. Then I go back to my main folder, and we have our blink now. Isn't it awesome? Okay, so with what I just did, this is the way you prepare your character for animation, and so on and so forth. The same thing you will do with the mouth. Okay, so I'll be leaving the mouth for you to do by yourself, and you can know more about it if you go through my course. Just follow the link below and learn how to add bones to your mouth, or morph your mouth, or prepare your mouth for proper animation. This I taught extensively in the course. Thank you for watching, and this is how simple it is to get your character ready for animation. Okay, so this is an assignment for you. The assignment is you should practicalize it yourself, get the template, prepare your character for animation, go through the course and learn how to morph and prepare your mouth for animation, and send me a message in the comment below, or submit it in the comments below, and I will go through it and see if you've done it properly, and we can move forward from there. Thank you. Nice talking to you, and thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you inside the course. Remember to ask questions in the comments section in the course, and I'll be there to answer your questions. Happily and excited to have you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.